Hello guys, this is ThaxT2K, and this video is going to be mainly talking about the collaborations, mainly on the console side of World of Tanks, or World of Tanks Modern Armour, or World of Tanks Valor, whichever one that you want to place yourself in. Like I said, if you don't know what a collaboration is, to anybody like very new to like the internet, if someone decides to stumble upon this video, it's basically where it's either two companies join up or a group of companies, join up and they want to advertise something or promote something or even work together. That's the word, working together. And either create content, videos, promotion of stuff and all that lot. And I know on the PC side of things, that's where the more heavier collabs are in, and Blitz gets quite a lot as well, but on console you don't get that much compared to the other two. And like I said, on the console side of things, the fan base is a mix of those who are for or those who are against, those in the middle, that people who want this type, others want this type. And like I says, everyone's got entitled to their own opinions. Either you like something or you hate something. But fortunately, within World of Tanks, there's going to be something to bring in. There's something that someone's going to enjoy, and it leaves the door open to bring fans in, from different avenues. So, and I'm making this video just to give my points, and does it fit within the World of Tanks. And like I said, these are my points of views. You can agree or disagree. End of the day, we're human after all. I'm going to try and remember to, if I've got everything all together, but first of all, there, right, brain fart time. Now, what it was, like I said, I've had a good mixture of collabs, either from actual tanks from movies, tanks from games, tanks from anime, and a load of other theme tanks, or design, or tanks that's actually been designed around a certain branch and been adapted to the own fancy style of it. So, like I said, it's a good mixture. But first off, we'll start off with the Fury. Obviously, this tank is more famous for the name that it says. Fury. And basic concept of it all is this is the one that got around a Tiger, a Tiger tank and killed it. So it is a good film. So, and I'm not going to go into spoilers, but obviously it's some stuff like this that really you need to see more of, because it was mainly like based upon the actual film. Well, this tank was, and like I says, if there's one thing that all players are happy with, is this one. So, like I says, you'll have your tank fans. Well, people like the movie, they want to get this tank and play it and try and like relive that epic moment, which you can also do on the training stage. So, as a bonus, I might do that at the end of the video if I can remember. But yeah, like I said, this is a lovely addition, to the game. So, right, like I said, I'm not doing anything in order because, like I said, I'm just trying to remember what all the collabs, that's happened. Then we will go on to the WWE SummerSlam collaboration, where this was during obviously before 6.0, and the main thing for these tanks was they are based upon the wrestlers. Like you got the Undertaker and Stone Cold both being American wrestlers. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Becky Lynch. Obviously, she's Irish, but obviously it's more relation close to the UK and get her in the game. Andre the Giant. Like it says, another wrestler. Then there is Sergeant Slaughter. And with these tanks, it was like these tanks, not a skin for it, because there was a macho skin for the if I can find it. Let me just do this. Medium tier 8. It was for the T42. Nope. There we go. We're random and Macho Savage, where that was his, where it was just a separate skin. Do that. There we go. Yeah. And a load of people think straight away, what's wrestling got to do with tanks or the military? And wrestling do a lot of charities, for the military, and they do a lot of charities with other things as well. But also mainly on the America side of things, they will do tours. Well, they do tours anyway, but they'll do tours for any American outpost, like that's happened like in Iraq, Afghanistan, within their camps, and put on a show for them, basically like sign of respect and thank everybody for what they do. It's like it was free entertainment, really. So there is that aspect of things. So there is the military bond for this, and obviously you got like Sergeant Slaughter as well. He was a US based wrestler, fully camoed up and all that lot, and the other thing as well is that wrestling has a very big fan base as well. So the potential of trying to draw fans, from there into the game, and if they liked it, that's got to pump more players into the game. So it's a bit of a 50-50 with this one. Like I said, not everybody knows everything about certain things, but obviously that's all the knowledge I can go off from what I've seen, because I do follow wrestling. So then again, there's also another wrestler that used to wrestle in WWE called Shotzi, and she actually had her own little tank that she used to ride down on, into the ring. Oh, that would have been cool. We never had a Shotzi commander. Damn it. But she's indie now, so you never know. But that's the WWE season. Then we go on to the Metal Fest seasons. Well, Metal Fest ones where you got Megadeth. Well, originally the only rock people that were in it was Sabaton, and at the minute I'm not going to jump, from people to people due to the music will kick off. You know what? A few seconds well to it, but yeah, you got like Megadeth. That's Megadeth again. Yeah, don't start playing. Well, Iron Maiden. Oh yeah, and there we got Sabaton. Another one from Sabaton. Don't start playing music, will you? Then we got Kiss. That's recently done for this season. Going on to Cold War. Yeah, Motorhead. Yeah, you're bad to play, weren't you? So, oh, and Rob Zombie as well, because he had to. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, Iron Maiden again. So we had plenty of metal groups that's recently come into it, other than Sabaton. And are they, tank related? Well, Sabaton is really like, can I best do a lot of like military music. Well, not actually military music, but themed music, and like tell a story as they're singing. So, and they are massive collaborators with each other. So, and like I says, based upon that, they've had a nice little friendship together, and obviously he wouldn't want to rock out with, driving your tank into the, interaction. So, like I says, it's another. It's to me another win. Plus, it brings fans from outside, into the game to go playing. It's like, oh, I can play this tank and invest and hopefully stay. Next, we will go onto the Hot Wheels. And for this one, you had like the Fangula. Then you had your Trailblazer, Tiger Shark, Rip Rod, Fast Track, Dread Dozer. I know I've gone past one. No, let me go back this way. Oh god, I'm not. Roger Dodger. And who else was it? The Bone Shaker. Now, this was the biggest missed opportunity from both sides. And the reason why I'm saying that is, as soon as I heard this, I thought, absolutely brilliant. I can see what's going to happen. They're going to release not only the ones I've mentioned in miniature form, but potential some of the other tanks as well. And I know there's like certain licensing within certain tanks, but you've got like a load of mercenary tanks that they could have used and made them as like the small cars. And some of the like the Dreadnought and the Striker, all of them that they could have used. Even delved into the the heavy metal hero tanks as well, that they could add like miniature tanks, and it's an absolute missed opportunity. And it's so frustrating that they never did that. And based upon that, if they did that, fair enough. As daft as they look, it would have been suited. Because you could have been playing a game, and just below your telly, you got your like little sets of the tanks that you like. But unfortunately, that never happens. So, and obviously, this one has to go under the. It doesn't fit within the game. But it was the massive opportunity that got squandered with it. It was shocking. Yeah, did them ones. Now we got like the celebrity ones now. Because we've got Arnold Schwarzenegger and Vinnie Jones, as they both of them have had like tanks in game. And like I says, Arnie used to drive his, but you could actually see Vinny drive around in a tank. He may even own a tank. And if anything, if he says he can't have a tank, he would probably kick the crap out of you. So never mess with Vinnie Jones. obviously, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he actually owned the tank and bought the tank that he owned and did it up. Nice little bit of history, now replicated within the game. It's that is, like I says, more than fitting to be in the game. And like I says, even like, you know, Vinnie Jones had his own tank. And let's be honest, look how nice it is. Obviously, it's like a shotgun. A lot of thought and care's got into this. I absolutely love this tank. And as if they keep going like the celebrity, you know, Santa's helpers, I'm happy with that. So that's that one. Now we go on to No, well, we'll go to that in a bit. Then we go on to action heroes. Obviously, these three was all based upon, you know, more movie-based tanks. Well, or should I say, tanks that appeared in movies. So we got the Concept 1B. The Object 2685 version 5. And the Start K, which for some reason my skin's disappeared. So don't know why. I need to contact Wargaming to get it back. But it's definitely a given with this one because of, like I said, it was like themed within, you know, the movies that they're from. As I just can't remember other than Rambo. You know, the other ones, the other two I can't remember off the top of my head. But they, you know, appeared in the films. That's part of the history of media. You can play it in game. It brings the fans in. Okay, you see a bit of a theme here as well. Right, now we will go on to G.I. Joe. And this, like I said, this one's is a like whole new concept of like the Sergeant Slaughter, but with an extra shell. And for the World War II, it had a skin. Because when this season came in, they was all mainly based upon Cold War. So you had the Armadillo, you've got the Mauler, then you had the Hiss, the Cat, yeah, and the Mobat. Then later on, when they came back, they also did the Arctic Hiss and the Wolverine, which I ain't got, unfortunately. And like I says, does it fit in the game? I think they do, because like I says, it was a military-based show, and yeah, it's a military-based, you know, cartoon. Obviously, you got your tanks in there, as unusual, like that would have, and unpractical as that would have been. But Obviously, it will bring, the fans of G.I. Joe in just to give it a try. And it does actually shake the game up, even though in Cold War, they'll stick out like a sore thumb. But it's for the, like I says, you got people who play it for fun, you got those who play the game, religiously. So, like I says, it's very military related, so it deserves a place in the game. Hot Wheels, Hot Wheels. And that is the fun one that everybody enjoyed. We got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because we had the Technodrome, the Party Wagon, the Shred Tread, and the Foot Cruiser. I'll leave you on this one because I love the hell out of this one. The model, like I said, these should have been skins really, but obviously it's like on PC they were skins, but in the console they want to try and make it into like a different style of tank. Add their own flavoritism on it. Obviously, Cold War, these two stick out like a sore thumb. Any military reference? No, not at all. But if anything, you could actually see Bebop and Rocksteady actually getting their own tank like this and try and cause the Turtles some havoc. Like I says, for me, it's like it's got the personalities of both, and yeah, this is like the tank that I saw on PC, and I loved it. It just screams them two out so loud. Like I says, I wish this was a skin, but obviously they've gone into depth to create it as its own tank. But also, with the nerf of the Manticore, they made the Technodrome actually playable. Where, obviously, it didn't have the restrictions of, what the light tanks had, so you could actually, skart in this. So, and like I says, it'll bring, they were, open to bring like the fans in to play the game, to try it out and hopefully stay. Right. Oh, if we're going to do this right. Now we go on to really my favourite collab. And it is the Gozum Panzer. This is where I know a lot more about. And if anything, it's basically World of Tanks, the anime. Where there are, schools out there in the world, and obviously do other things, but these certain class called tank studies or military studies, and with this they actually get tanks and do them up, repair them, restore them, and they challenge other schools in, in like mini battles. Obviously the tanks they do get fired at, but as soon as it's, takes like a big hit, the flag goes up just to say, look, I'm out of action, don't fire at me anymore. And it is a brilliant love story of all the tanks that actually represented in there. You got the Panzer IV. These are the Finnish girls, but they're in the BT-42. Choska HS. There you got the Tiger II. And also, within the PC side of things, they've got the Churchill. They've got the Sherman in there as well. They've got the Centurion in there. I'm not quite yeah, they got the Churchill. Not quite sure about the Matilda. I'm surprised that wasn't made an appearance within the collab. Well, in the collab lately. But there will be the Russian one of the KV2. That's going to be fun. So, like I says, if you've not watched the anime, highly recommended. You know, obviously, you know, the fans of tanks, it is a beautiful love story, and I reckon it's actually tells it a lot more better what Fury does. In all honesty. And like I said, I highly recommend you watching it. You can have a laugh, and even the detail, you know, in the anime, oh, so good, chef's kiss. Right, that's Hot Wheels. That's that one, Hot Wheels. Now we've got Dune. Unfortunately I've not watched Dune at all, so I don't know if there's anything like this in the film. I think game-wise, when Westwood Studios done it, I think there's tanks in there. So, and that's so like the only thing I could really get this reference in. If there is, and it's like this one or similar, then yeah, it's a tank from a game. Bring it in, nicely suited. I would love them just to bring the Command and Conquer tanks in. Bloody love that, because like I said, that was military based RTS, and just going around in a mammoth tank, oh, that'd be so fun. So, like I said, those who have watched Dune, obviously you gotta know more about it than me, but I'm just taking a guess off the RTS that Westwood did back in the day, and for me, yeah, at this moment in time, unless so the comments sections says yes, this actually appears in the film, or yeah, within this realm, then yeah, he deserves a place, you know, place within, you know, World of Tanks. Because like it says, the game's called the World of Tanks. Roger Dodger. Iron Maiden. Oh, there we go. Ah, now these two. Valkyria Chronicles. Like, this is like the very themed tanks. Obviously, you can see what they've took the designs off. And like I said, when I see them in game, you know, seen them, I absolutely adore them. I've had a dabble at the game, and yeah, another one that fully, you know, fits in the game where no one can really complain about it, because it's like a alternative version of the tanks. And like I said, especially with these ones, they fit right in. There's no wackiness about it. They're made to do what they're meant to do. An absolute win. Sabaton. Right. I didn't bring this one up yet, but this is at the minute the only charity tank that I can remember them doing. The Resilient, obviously, money for for this got money for this went towards like charity in Ukraine, and if we go on to details for this one, model viewer, overview. I thought that he would have gave a bit more than that. But yeah, with this one, main base, it's a charity tank. Whoever bought it, that money went towards a charity, and like I says, I'd love to see him do more of this. And like I says, I'll be honest, obviously, I'm more than happy to pay actual money for a tank if it's going towards a good cause, and it's something like that that will go. They're going to put like 100% of the proceeds will go towards. So I'd love to see more of this. I say the way it's still a collaboration. Now we go on to Warhammer. I'll go back with this one because I do know me bits and bobs of Warhammer lore. You got the Teeth Breaker, you got the Reaper's Scythe, Leaving Russ, Rugal Dawn, and the Nemesis. Like I said, other than Nemesis being like a reskin of an E100, and they've got this one on PC, so obviously it's like they're adding their own bits and bobs to it to make its own tank again. You got your Lehman Rush and Rogal Dawn, very heavily based upon the bloody hell brain fart moment. The one in the back corner, Abe will tell you. Now I want to go on modified garage. Inventory. The Mark 1. It can even do this as well. Very inspired by the Mark 1. Then Mark 1 went on to Churchill, blah blah blah. But for the Militarum, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, just improve on it, which they've done here and here, all the way in 40,000 years in the future. Cadia will stand. So, like I said, it's very fitting, as much as people love these two, and I'm saying that sarcastically. Like, so, to me, they fit. They don't look absolutely like future OTT with it. Nurgle's gang. I know it's not called Nurgle's gang, but obviously Nurgle is like the disease god, chaos god, plague god, and obviously his plague can corrupt obviously people and vehicles, and very fitted with this one. And we'll go on to the orcs. The thing with orcs is they can take any tank they want within game, and they can use it as long as they can use like any tank available out there. Even if Barbie did a tank, you could actually use that in Warhammer and say it's an orc tank, because they'll take parts, they'll meld it together to create something bonkers, and it works. So, like I says, they fitted the STB up, flamers, and like I says, it fits with it. Well, them two fit, but obviously orcs being orcs, they can take over any tank, so it fits within the game, and it brings the fan base in. So, yeah, the kiss. No, is there another one? Ah, yeah, here we go. The emissary. Well, the emissary ATT-60, obviously based upon the Enterprise, and basically it's a reskin, because we got something similar, on PC, but obviously not like this. Does it fit in the game? No, well, not at all, like the Turtles. But it brings the fan base, towards the game to give it a try. And fortunately, it's the only one tank from it. So there isn't like a whole fleet. And it's at a, like the first era as well, so obviously we get picked off by ATGMs. Yeah, that's like the nose skin for that one. Ammo lad. Oh yeah, this is another Warhammer one. They got, the Sisters of Battle got something very similar to this. Regular, no, start the music. But yeah. That's like all the collabs that's really happened. The main thing is it's tried to bring obviously new life into the game by bringing in different fans, and for me, because there's always got to be collabs, no matter how much you test about it. Well, some of the fans, but I try and remember someone who's says, "Oh, it's games as daft as Fortnite." No, it's not. Within like the whole, the amount of tanks that there are in the game, there's 18 here, plus Wolverine, that'd be 19. But one's a skin, so take that back, that's 18. 44, so 54, 62. to... One's a skin. No, 6 to 1. Now the other 2 skins as well. So about 50... Like it says, within a game, that has got 90... Well, 194. Let me work. Ah, get off you, get off of you. Nah. Yeah. Yeah, we're over 1,000 tanks. People's bought about 54 of them. That's... Right, let's do math. 10% of that would be 500. It's about near enough like 1%. Let's say 1%, you know, of the tanks in the game are themed. Yeah, 50. Oh, yeah, say 50. Say 50, not say 60. No. Right, let me get a calculator out. Calculator. Here we go. Let's see if I can work this now. 1,100. Divide that by... No, that'll work out. Dead here for a second, plus 60. Yeah, be about, say, 1%. Well, so that's where that going in. Yeah, try and remember how the division works again. Yeah, on the calculator anyway. About 1% of tanks. It's nothing. And license for myself. Going back to what I was just saying. Collabs that I think really need to be in here. It's Tank Girl. You know, comic-based tanker, and also there was a film about Tank Girl as well that fully fits. There's anime that I enjoy, Dominion Tank Police, and the main tank that this should really be included is Bonaparte. It's a mini tank where there was Leona joined from the bike division into the tank division, and unfortunately she wrecked her chief's tank. So it's what she decided to do. And another officer, they build their own tank together with the broken parts and created Bonaparte. Like little light tank, big gun. It would fit in here like a glove on your hand. And like I said, they're like the definite two that I'd love to see, within the game. Obviously, it goes without saying for, say, the rest of the community. anything from tank museums, get them in here. Even if it's, tanks that's like been painted up, that's been painted up, bizarrely, get them in. Because there is some history of that, because we've got flag tanks. Then, like, any collaborations with, like, outside sources that's not related. Oh yeah, we've had that Stellaris collab not long ago, where it was just commanders. Obviously, there was like no other representation other than commanders. That's more than fully fine. People of Stellaris were, happy with what they got. And this is going to get some fucking screaming. But obviously at the minute they've done a lot on Blitz, they've done it on warships, but I'd love to have like the Hololive girls, as commanders within the game. And like I said, that'll bring like more people to try the game. They stream their own, their own stuff, so you'll see their POV, any skins that go with tanks. Plus another thing with the Hololive girls as well, there is like so many different nations in, with them, so they'll have a nice fitting. And if there's like a tank that that gets brought in, to me that'll be a bonus, but hopefully that'll be like a mercenary tank. And this is another thing great about mercenary tanks, is you can, like within that tier or tiers, you can create something like, Franken tanks, and it's more than acceptable. So, like I said, if they all get their own personal, mercenary tank, they're brilliant. But obviously, I won't be disappointed if they don't. Like I said, I'm just trying to think if there's like any more films out there that's had like tank representation or game representation, get it in the game. Like I said, definitely Command & Conquer. Nobody can complain about that one. Or even, KKND. Oh no, wait there. No, sorry, they've got auto cannons in the game now. Sorry, let's get KKND in the game and all. Let's have a laugh. Elisa's there'll be like other celebrity collabs if it brings the people in. Definitely bring him in, because the whole fear of, oh, this is gonna be like Fortnite. Even Blitz isn't like Fortnite, and they've had God knows how much they've had, in that game. So, like, I'm more than happy like with collaborations. If it keeps the money in the meter going, and brings like a new, fresh, blood source, then it's more than welcome. But anyway, they are my thoughts, upon this. Anyway, if you manage to keep to the end, the stream, well, the video, because I've had a good 50-minute go. Well, Yeah, good 55 minutes of this. Talking, my thoughts. And as Sidney Watson always says, I open the floor to you. What are your thoughts on what I said? Am I absolutely spot on, or am I talking bollocks? Or are you a twat who's just got to put, oh, you know no nothing about this game, because there's got to be at least one that's going to do that. So, because to them it's like, oh, if it isn't like War Thunder, then it shouldn't be in the game. The issue there is, if you want to play War Thunder, play War Thunder. Two different kettles of fish. It's like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. If you like the fun PvP side of that, you play Street Fighter 2. If you like the gory content, you play Mortal Kombat. So, anyways, this has been Thanks T2K. I shall see you next time. I need a drink.